of Ghana.
And we with them as they administer their various oaths to all of us Ghanaians.
Dear viewers, let me just add that Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Sakitokonu was sworn into office as the 15th Chief Justice of Ghana by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as mandated by the 1992 Constitution. On Monday, 12 June 2023, after Justice Georgina Theodora Wood, who served from 2007 to 2007 and the Judicial Service of Ghana, she took over from His Lordship Justice Enim Yeboah, who retired on 24th May 2023 as required by the law. As mentioned earlier, she was playing a very important role today to see to the successful transition of power.
We are still live from the Black Star Square here in Accra, and you're watching us on various networks across the country. This feed is also being picked, I must say, and as you can see, some members of the diplomatic corps. I can see a Catholic, a clergyman. I can see people, invited guests from the diplomatic community, all here at the Independence Square or the Black Star Square as it is.
We have over 19 heads of states gracing this occasion. We have 3 prime ministers, we have 5 former presidents, and we have 5 vice presidents. We have various heads of delegation from Africa and across the world, all here with us to celebrate this peaceful transition of power. This once again demonstrates Ghana's influence, Ghana's soft power influence across Africa and the world.
In fact, your presence here is a testimony to the success of our democratic experiment. Other countries in Africa never had it the way we have. There have been chaos, there have been fights, there have been protests across some countries in Africa. We thank God that our transition has been relatively peaceful, and this is not the first time we are transiting power from one political party or government to another. From 2009, then we had another
Haruna Idrisu, Sam George,
Alhaji Collins
and
Dawda.
Alhaji Collins Dawda. Yeah, the man who is always wearing white. Even
yes,
when he was
the man in
court,
white.
even when he was going to court all the time with his Slbc case, which is not finished, by the way.
Yeah.
I wonder now that a new Attorney General is going to take over, whether they are going to continue with the Slbc housing case.
Well, it's still in court. So
yeah, it's still in court, but it's the Attorney General that is prosecuting the case. So if there is a new Attorney General from his party, will the Attorney General continue prosecuting?
Yes, yeah.
Well, it's
or they can file a nolle prosequi.
This is it.
But whatever be the case, the case has to be dealt with.
Exactly.
So whether they discontinue or they don't, it has to be ended.
Yeah, it has to be ended some way, somehow. I'm just wondering how it's going to end, whether they will continue or they will file a nolle prosequi. It still remains to be seen. Yeah, you know. It still remains to be seen. So we're talking about the sword, right? The sword of
the state sword.
The state sword, the symbol of power.
So, for instance, if I take the sword and I do this,
it's
like finally I've gotten the power. But if I take the sword and I hold it like
with
this,
2 hands.
and I do this like I'm deferring to the people or something in humility. So
Quite
whichever
interesting
way.
submissions, yeah.
So that is the Chief Justice, Gertrude Araba.
Isaba Saki Tokunu. Yeah. He's getting ready to swear in President-elect.
And the petition to remove her was dismissed
yesterday.
as vexatious and frivolous. You know, was thrown out.
Some more members of parliament in your shot.
Yeah, Francis Xavier is also there.
The
second deputy speaker of parliament in your shot there, and the first deputy speaker of parliament as well in your shot there.
The deputy minority leader, Patricia PJ.
Minority chief with Frank Anodombre there.
Also there.
Dr. Osei Educhum, former education
immediate
minister.
past education minister.
That place might be very hot.
Quite an interesting.
Well, it's a full sitting of parliament, right? It's a full sitting of parliament because when you look at the constitution, the president must be sworn in, in parliament. Just that the sitting of parliament has been moved to the Independence Square. So you expect to see all 275.
Six.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
we're
one
still
outstanding.
waiting for
One
Blake
outstanding,
One
Wano.
outstanding.
75 years, you are right.
So these are chiefs from the northern part of Ghana. They're in your shot as well. Yeah, so everybody who is is there.
The creme de la creme.
Yeah, to witness this historic moment.
here.
I am eagerly anticipating the inaugural speech of John Dramani Mahama.
But it's past 10.
I hope that
really
we do not have issues of plagiarism this time around.
NDC has never done that.
Oh dear.
It is only ex-president who
in the
did it.
history of the Fourth Republic, it is only Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's 2017 inaugural speech, which is most memorable in the minds of a lot of Ghanaians.
Yes.
Because of the plagiarism aspect, but not necessarily only because of that. It's also because what he said at that time was quite profound.
Yeah, it resonated with a lot of Ghanaians.
Charging people to be citizens
and not spectators.
Not spectators, right?
Yeah,
Citizens.
he took it from Bill Clinton
from Bill
and
Clinton.
Bush.
Yeah, and Bush.
Two presidents of the U.S. That means you don't respect yourself.
There was a member of parliament who also plagiarized Aliu Mohammed's son, Farouk Aliu Mohammed, after he lost. He also plagiarized Kamala Harris's
acceptance speech, Quite a lot of
that was word for word. Farouk Aliu Mohammed's own was word for word what Kamala Harris, put out there in his. I don't think there's going to be any plagiarism today. Yeah, so now there are internet tools and other tools that you can use to check plagiarism. So if you write something, you put it in plagiarism checker and then you check it before you print it, so that you make sure that you are not plagiarizing. But I'm looking forward to it. Because this is historic, right? The first president to do 2 non-consecutive terms, right? So he's coming back for another term after 8 years, going into opposition 8 years ago. After 8 years, he's coming back. He has an agenda to reset the country. So I'm looking forward to hearing.
And he has just 4 years to do that resetting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing exactly what he has got to say to the good people of Ghana now that he has officially taken over the reins of government. So you are seeing the clerk of parliament walking, being led by the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin. You can see the Speaker's mace. So the Clerk of Parliament, who presided yesterday before Speaker Bagbin was re-nominated or re-elected, leading Speaker Alban Bagbin to his seat. Of course, we know that the Speaker is presiding because this is a session of Parliament, so he also has to go and take his seat. So he'll go and take his seat there. So you see the seating arrangements are done just the way it will be done in Parliament, right? So you'd realize that when the President was delivering the State of the Nation address, this is how the seating arrangement was. So it's exactly, like that. So after the President is sworn in, he will go and take that big chair, and then sit in it. But that's Alban Bagbin, Speaker of Parliament, arriving, exchanging pleasantries with Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono. You remember their beef, so to speak, towards the end of the 8th Parliament. About between the judiciary and the legislature, right? The declaring of seats vacant.
And then the constitutionality of what to declare vacant and what not to declare vacant. It was quite interesting.
The Chief Justice was so worried that we are living in a country where the Parliament of Ghana is not sitting. You know, we are in a constitutional crisis, and the Speaker seemed not to be bothered.
Policies, it is pushed through before the rules they were never done.
Perhaps the Speaker was trying to prove that he's number 3.
Yes, well, he had emphasized. He had emphasized
so
that.
the number 3 and the number 4.
And he proved it. He didn't budge. He didn't do it. Most of the things that the NPP were.
But eventually, number 4, you know, made interpretation.
Yes.
You know, to
because
that constitutional
we
provision.
ran a constitutional.
And eventually
democracy.
swore number 3 in.
Yeah.
So they need each other.
You know?
I mean, you are number 3, but number 4 has to swear you in. You know, so
they
are interrelated.
Exactly, they are supposed to work together for the interests of the people of this country, not as individuals.
The important thing is that she is number 4.
Former Finance Minister Slbc there.
yeah, Slbc in your shot there.
Will he still be made Finance Minister?
No.
I don't know.
I thought that was your husband.
No.
It's
Fred, no.
no, but
So we'll see. Well, with the appointments that have been made, we only know of just a few of them. You know, but within the first 90 days, like the president has said, these appointments will be made. So these are dignitaries arriving. These are dignitaries from Morocco.
Remind you of the 30%.
Who are Doc is still insistent
Dr.
on the
Mika
30%.
is still insistent on
affirmative
her
action.
Page 113.
Page 113, affirmative action.
Yes.
No, of the NDC manifesto.
Oh, the NDC manifesto. Yeah, affirmative action. Affirmative action. I've not seen NAPO. I've not
Page
seen NAPO.
113.
Yes, I haven't signed
You
it.
have
paragraph.
Paragraph 5 point something.
She knows a paragraph too.
Well, he's no more a member of parliament. But
NAPO?
yes.
Yeah, but he should be there. He's a
An
statesman.
important
He's a statesman.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's there somewhere.
There. Exactly.
I'm sure Napo is there somewhere. You know, would like to, you know, would like our cameras to capture him. You know, so that we will see him. We've captured everybody, so would like our cameras to capture him so that we'll see him.
Why is the president not around?
So we have been telling you about all the people who have been or who have arrived. So in your shot now, Vice President, former Vice President Dr. Baumia, former President John Ajekum Kufuor, former Second Lady Samira Baumia, former President Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, and his sweet,
beautiful
Rebecca, who was quite angry at Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin for allowing parliamentarians to talk to her husband anyhow. I don't know if you saw that video.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that video. This is Kofi Adams. Yeah. Kofi Adams, Member of Parliament for the Buem constituency. There in your shots as well. Comfort-Doyo, Gansa as well.
There's Quinsta Sawyer there. And a host of other parliamentarians who've made their way to the Independence Square. Does it appear that President-elect John Mahama is making his way? I see a few more dignitaries also coming in there. We are patiently awaiting the arrival of President-elect Mahama so he can take his oath of office, and then the work to resetting the country begins. Ghanaians are eager. Like we've been discussing, Ghanaians may not be that patient in waiting for him to settle in.
So it says within the first 90 days, right, he will scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardships and ease the high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bets winnings, and emissions levy. So, Dr. Norman, within the first 90 days.
120 days.
It's very
within
achievable.
The first 90 days. There's a 120-day period, but within the first 90 days, this is what he says that he will do. Yeah. Also, within the first 90 days, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. And also, drafting the needed legal amendments and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. So these are things that he has said he will do within the first 90 days?
They are all achievable, and he's giving himself enough time. 90 days, good laws can be passed in Parliament. Because by that time, Parliament will be already... Yes.
And that's around that time that the first budgets will be presented.
Exactly. So Parliament will be ready for that. In terms of the taxes for agricultural, industrial equipment, they are very necessary. If you want to land the 24-hour economy, you have to give the people the chance to be able to have the equipment. And I wish it had linked it to also a reduction in interest rate for the importation of this equipment, so that the people who invest in them. And interestingly, I've been inspired by President Mahama and General Mosquito. They are good farmers. And when I saw his farm, I said to my wife, we're going to have to do the same. Because he's got a space, we have the space. We should be able to do that. You know, so I think the equipment, the taxes on those equipment will help a great deal in motivating people to take farming and investment in manufacturing very, very seriously. So they are all doable.
Alexander Kwamina Afenyomarkin in your shot there, the minority leader. You can see Dr. Kwabena Dufo, former governor of the Bank of Ghana, former finance minister. I think he's been one of the longest serving finance ministers that we've had here in this country, right? Yeah, he was, you know.
You can also see Joyce Bar Mokhtari there.
Joyce Bar Mokhtari also there in your shot. This is Jacob Zuma in your shot, former president of South Africa. In your shot there. Also at the inauguration of JDM or JM as president. JM has also said that he's going to establish an accelerated export development council, and this council is going to promote exports as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. So he'll do this within the first 90 days. I mean, the first 120 days. Convene a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on the needed improvements to the education sector. When you talk about education, free SHS has been front and center really of education in this country for about the past 8 years. It's been arguably the most talked about policy in this country, and it is arguably the biggest legacy that President Akufo-Addo will leave behind as he's exiting office. But in your shot there, you are seeing the representative of the president of Equatorial Guinea arriving, you know, there in that vehicle that you see. So the Equatorial Guinea representatives are arriving there in your shot. But talking about convening a national consultative conference of education, you know, how crucial will something like this be in your estimation?
I think it's very
for us to talk about education. Do we not already know the problems in the education sector?
Oh, but I think we have learned a lot. I think the implementation of the free SHS policy has been plagued with a number of challenges. And I think that it's time for us to pause and look at it critically. I've always felt that it is a good thing that everybody is given an opportunity to go to school. And in our time, boarding houses going to a boarding house was a big deal for us. At least we are able to get away from it, learn in an environment that is conducive and all those kinds of things.
And Julius Debra and Asiedun Ketia, chairman of the NDC and chief of staff of President Mahama in your shots there.
So, but when the free SHS was introduced, you realize that because of the large numbers, a number of young people found themselves not in the boarding system, but the parents had to hire places for them. And
that's the president of Rwanda.
Hey,
Paul Kagame. Yeah, he's in town. Yeah. Wow. I like this man.
Benevolent dictatorship.
Benevolent what?
Dictatorship.
Well, he's a democratically elected president.
I know, I'm saying, but he's anyway, that's not what we're going to discuss.
Democratically elected. He has more than like 90%.
Yes. I'm saying by the way Rwanda is governed. it put everybody is in
line.
In line.
Rwanda is transformed, under his leadership.
Because
right?
so you can't do anything. For instance, sorry, I was going to talk about the SHS, but let me just talk quickly about this one. That even domestic violence against women, these things we have been talking about. When I was in Rwanda, I think was it last year or so, I took a taxi. I never said anything. I didn't introduce myself as a gender activist or anything. The taxi driver started chatting with me. He said, "Do you know that in this country, if you are a man, you even get a woman pregnant, and the girl says that you were responsible for the pregnancy, and you even deny that it's a criminal offense, and you'll be jailed. You cannot touch your wife. If you have a disagreement with your wife, you don't want her, you must leave the house and not kick her out like we do here." And they say there are so many things you can't do in Rwanda. The people, you can't go around be throwing things around. The people themselves will arrest you. And so there's so much discipline.
There's so much discipline.
Yeah, let me get back to
of Paul Kagame. But in your shot there, you are seeing an exchange of pleasantries between dignitaries, President Akufo-Addo, or former President Akufo-Addo, and Dr. Bawumia. They're exchanging pleasantries, and I believe this potentially is the arrival of more dignitaries. A lot of people pretty excited to meet the dignitaries that are arriving. At the venue. So you see the horses coming. This can only mean one thing.
Yes.
This can only mean one thing. This is the arrival of John Dramani Mahama to the Black Star Square, which is a sitting of parliament, like we've repeatedly been saying, to be sworn in.
And today is Constitutional Day. It's
Constitution Day.
Constitution Day.
Quite interesting that we actually forgot what today is.
Well, a constitutional function
is
going to be
today.
a major constitutional function. Is going to be performed on Constitution Day. In your shot there, you see the National Chief Imam. In your shot. The evergreen, ever strong, ever living Chief Imam. You saw Joshua Alabi in your show there as well. Let's remind our viewers as well that not only are we live on GH1 television, we're also live on Star 103.5 FM. Live on Star 103.5 FM. We're also live on our social media platforms. We're streaming live on Facebook. Very big good morning to all of you who are watching and listening to us under our Facebook live stream. We see all of you. We're seeing your comments. And we appreciate you for watching us live on Facebook. We really appreciate you. Keep the comments coming. And we'd love to hear from you. Educhum and Nsawama Duadri MP there. Frank Anodon Prayer, engaged in the chit chat. We're also live on YouTube. So for those of you who are watching us on YouTube as well, very big thank you for watching. We're going to make sure that we keep you posted and updated. Keep watching. We are live on X. Keep watching on X as well. We are live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi. We are live on Empire 102.7 FM in Takoradi. As well, and this is our live coverage of the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama, who we believe has arrived. So very soon we'll be seeing him. He's also said that there is going to be
the SHS thing. I wanted to just
just wrap up on the SHS comment. Yes.
So I think that is, after 8 years, we really need to review the policy because there are certain things that people have not even talked about, and I have been saying it on other platforms. That is because these young people were forced to be on their own. A number of them got pregnant, teenage pregnancy. I have known at least one person from my village who they...
All right. But I think we have to go to the Black Star Square. The speaker, I believe, has started a sitting of parliament. And so we'll join the feed live now.
May proceed now.
accompany the
All right, so we believe that the parliamentary sitting has started. We heard the Speaker of Parliament announce that parliamentary sitting is starting. So you saw there Alexander Kwamina Afenyomakin, Minority Leader, Kesiel, Dr. Kesiel Latoforsen, Majority Leader, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbing, the Clerk of Parliament, and a few others gathering around and moving in to go and meet John Dramani Mahama as he arrives, you know, to the venue. We believe that he should be there now, and so he will be met. And I believe that after the meeting, he will come and take his original sitting position, and the rest of the proceedings can be underway. So that is what you are seeing there in your shows. And of course, as is very typical of us here in this country, and rightly so, there is always a beautiful, beautiful cultural display. And you can see there in your shot the drummers of the fronton from, the mighty fronton from drums. We know that the mighty fronton from drums are always beaten, you know, when big and important occasions are happening here in this country, and this is one such occasion. And of course, my panel and my co-host, we're talking about the fact that today is a holiday and it is Constitution Day, and a big constitutional function is going to be performed, which is the swearing in of the president. So you can see there in your shot the arrival of John Dramani Mahama, president-elect, soon to be president of the Republic of Ghana, being led by an entourage of horses, the motorcade. Let's join the feed live.
Ghana having its first female vice president.
The bedlam here is intense. It is intense. There is much joy, happiness, excitement, all in readiness for what we are about to witness.
And security is also in full force. We have various security personnel deployed to ensure the total safety and security of personnel. They are all playing critical roles to ensure that this event goes seamlessly, devoid of any major hitches. We have rich display of culture.
I believe that is...
And that is DSP Mary Agamba. She's in charge of the police mounted squadron.
Invited guests arriving now is the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Shall we all wave our flags to welcome him? Distinguished invited guests, arriving now is the president-elect John Dramani Mahama. He is accompanied by his spouse, soon-to-be First Lady, Her Excellency Lordina Dramani Mahama. Shall we all wave our flags to welcome him? Parliament now leads the entourage into the Chamber of Parliament here at the Black Star Square. The entourage of Parliament includes the Clerks of Parliament and other senior officials of Parliament. As I mentioned earlier, we will soon enter the Chamber of Parliament, and so the Speaker of Parliament will shortly take over. Shall we please rise as they process into the chamber? To announce that only accredited photographers and media personnel are allowed at the designated places on the square. Please, if you are not authorized to be on the square, kindly move back.
Honorable members, you may now resume your seats. Honorable members, I now have the singular honor and pleasure to invite Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, to administer the oaths to the President-elect and the Vice President-elect. We will start with the Vice President-elect, who will take and subscribe to the oath of allegiance and the oath of the Vice President. Your Ladyship, the Chief Justice, you may now do so now.
Your Excellency, first the oath of allegiance. Kindly say after me. I,
Professor Nana Jane Oboko Ajiman,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Republic of Ghana
to the Republic of Ghana
as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me God.
Your Excellency, now the oath of the Vice President. I,
Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman,
having been elected
to the office
of Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana, that I will at all times preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and I dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the people of the Republic of Ghana, and to do right to all manner of persons. I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana, and suffer the penalty for it. So help me God. Congratulations, Madam Vice President.
Thank you.
Lift your
Honorable members, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana shall now sign the oath book.
So we've just witnessed the Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, take the oath of office. The oath of office was administered to her by the Chief Justice. Interestingly, both of them are old girls of Wesley Girls Senior High School in Cape Coast. All of them are also from the Central region. Both of them are also from the Central region. So that is a very interesting dynamic to this whole swearing in. Both of them accomplished women, right? A woman Chief Justice, the first woman Vice President, all of them from Wesley Girls. So props and big ups to Wesley Girls Senior High School. And props and big ups to the Central region, as well.
It's quite a feat. I mean, she's accomplished many firsts in her life, and I'm not sure she ever thought that in her quest to become first in a lot of the things she would become first female vice.
But she's the first in a lot of things.
Yes,
first female vice chancellor in Ghana
and
of a
across
university.
Africa.
In fact, in Africa, first female HOD of the English department. First female vice president as well. She's first of a lot of things, right? So this is real history, and she's charted a path that is going to be very inspirational to a lot of young women who are up and coming. They will know that it is possible, and they will know that once you put your mind to it, there is nothing that you cannot achieve, right? And she has also said that she comes and she represents hope. If you remember, that hope to the young woman out there, to the young lady out there, that they can also rise through the ranks and achieve big things, in this life. And she represents, that hope. But let's go back. The Speaker of Parliament will continue with proceedings.
And I have the pleasure and joy to, on your behalf, invite His Excellency the President-elect to take and subscribe to the oath of allegiance and the presidential oath. Your Excellency, you may now proceed to do so.
Your Excellency, kindly say after me, this is the oath of allegiance. I, your name,
John Dramani Mahama,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance.
And allegiance.
To the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
As by law established.
As by law established.
That I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
The sovereignty.
The sovereignty.
And integrity.
And integrity.
Of Ghana.
Of Ghana.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect.
Protect.
And defend.
And defend.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Your Excellency, now the presidential oath. I,
John Dramani Mahama,
having been elected
to the
high office of President of the Republic of Ghana,
of President of the Republic of Ghana,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and true
and true
to the Republic of Ghana,
to the Republic of Ghana,
that I will at all times
that I will at all times
preserve, protect, and defend
the
Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and that I dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the people of the Republic of Ghana, and to do right to all manner of persons. I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana, and suffer the penalty for it. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President. Let me be the first.
Right, so President John Dramani Mahama has been sworn in as President of the Republic of Ghana. No more President-elect. He is now President John Dramani Mahama, and he will now take the seat that the President occupies when he goes to Parliament. And you can see him there sitting in the seat. This is the moment that he has been waiting for. This is the moment that the NDC has been waiting for. This is the moment that a lot of Ghanaians have been waiting for. John Dramani Mahama is now President of the Republic of Ghana. He has been sworn into office, and as of now, till 7th January 2029, he is the President of the Republic, and history has been made. That's the man there in your shot, in his beautiful outfits.
This is quite interesting. We've never seen.
Now we will take the national anthem. Let's join the feed.
Culture and steady in its pursuit of progress.
All right, we're to take the national anthem, but of course, we all know the words of the national anthem: God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of rights. Fill our hearts with true humility, make us cherish fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppressors' rule.
That one.
With all our will and might forevermore. Let's join the feed once again. And
modesty, and above all, truthfulness. From the moment he stepped into the political arena, John Mahama has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to the people of Ghana. His approachable demeanor, paired with his genuine concern for the needs of the Ghanaian, has earned him their trust. A trust that is pivotal for any leader aiming to guide a nation through challenging times.
What I really like about JDM is his humility. The man is simply so down to earth, it's unbelievable. He's so humble, it's unbelievable. I really like that about him.
John Mama Osronyame, Odonyame, Osronyame, Openi Passem, Okita Kumapa, Mihuna said me woman Abema, or you've been so on you in the pem. We are Palau, we are Penu, we are Pepenu, we are Trivio, we are out, try to be out with John Mama Tawase. On Casse, we in your tree, we in your wheel.
Honorable members. President Mahama is practical. He communicates his issues very, very well. And he understands the Ghanaian politics very well. He understands the Ghanaian people very well. And that is what I like about him.
The brand, John Dramani Mahama, is not just a name. It represents resilience, strength, progress, and empathy.
I believe John Dramani Mahama is loved by many. His personality.
And now, on your behalf, invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, to deliver his inaugural address. Your Excellency, you may now proceed to do so.
Hold it. The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Members of Parliament, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Your Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Ghana, and special guest of honor for this occasion, Your Excellencies, Presidents, Heads of Government and Development Agencies, Your Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and former President, Your Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters. I wish you a good morning, and we give thanks to the Almighty God on this occasion. Our Father who art in heaven, we thank you for giving us this day, a day that offers me, your humble servant, a unique opportunity to work to reset our dear country, Ghana. 32 years ago, on January 7th, Ghana made its first and most successful democratic transition, a reset, with the swearing in of the newly democratically elected President, Jerry John Rawlings, of blessed memory. Our nation was returned to a multi-party democracy with a new constitution that went into effect, and the Fourth Republic was officially established. I refer to it as a reset because on that day in 1993, we made our fourth attempt at establishing a democratic system of government with term limits based on free, fair, and transparent elections. The handover of power on January 7, 2001, between former President Jerry John Rawlings and at the time the newly elected President John Agyekum Kufuor, tested that reset, and our nation passed with flying colors. So today, with my induction as the new President of the Republic of Ghana, history is being made once again. And it is a history worth repeating every 4 years with each newly elected president. Today, we're also making a different kind of history, one that speaks to our maturity as a democracy, a nation of citizens enfranchised with the authority at the polls to determine their political future. Today's exercise between the outgoing President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and I feels a bit like a deja vu. That is because 8 years ago to this day, on January 7, 2017, we shared this same space and performed this same transitional exercise. At the time, I was the outgoing President, having served one term, and he was the incoming President, having been given a mandate by the people of Ghana to lead this great nation of us. He and I both understood on that day, as I'm sure we are today, that it is the people of Ghana that we are elected to serve. Somehow, it seems fitting that it is with Nana Akufo-Addo that I twice shared this stage and this unique historical distinction, because Nana Akufo-Addo and I began our national political careers in Parliament in the same year, 1996. He has always greeted me with warmth, a firm handshake, and a smile, and he is perhaps the only person in my life who has persistently chosen to call me John. While we belong to opposing political parties, we shared a sense of mutual respect. In those early days, we probably could not have imagined that destiny would bring us to the leadership of our respective parties, and that we would have to face off 3 separate times as we each vied for the highest office of the land. Nana, as this will be our final meeting under these circumstances, and as I look back on the journey we have traveled together, 2 much younger men who entered Parliament together with a full head of black hair, and you with the same bald head and round eyeglasses, I have to say that you have without exception been a worthy opponent. I extend my warmest wishes to His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia. It was a grueling campaign, and we gave it our all. Your sportsmanship in making an early concession eased tensions and contributed to the early conclusion of the electoral contest. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. My brothers and sisters, the world in which Ghana exists today, as I begin this presidency, is not the same world in which we have lived under other presidencies. There are tensions and conflicts that have not previously existed between nations. These tensions and conflicts place pressure on alliances to decide where we will support. There's a seismic shift happening within the system of global economic dominance. Whereas the G7 nations, United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan once provided the highest percentage of the world's GDP, over the last decade, that number has been steadily dropping. However, the combined total of the GDP of the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE, their GDP has been consistently increasing. In 2023, for instance, the G7's combined total of world GDP was 30%. But by 2029, that number is predicted to drop to 27%. In 2023, the BRICS percentage of world GDP was 37.3%. And so what does this mean to us in Ghana? What could it mean to our economy? Where do we fit in this geopolitical maelstrom? Technology such as artificial intelligence has taken us to new heights, opening up the potential for national, financial, and personal security issues that we are not yet able to imagine. One example is the use of misinformation and algorithm manipulations on social media platforms to sway a particular group's sentiments towards or away from something. Now more than ever before, we need to strengthen our ties with our neighbors to ensure that we're working together to keep our sub-region safe. We stand in solidarity and work in alliance with all our neighbors in the sub-region. Recognizing the history of our borders, we also acknowledge that on the other side of our country's borders are our family members. They may be Ivorians, they may be Togolese, they may be Burkinabes, they may be Nigerians or Malians, but they are also Akans, they are Kasinas, they are Gwans, they are Ewes, they are Nzemes, they are Hauses, they are Moshis and Gurmes, because we are all part of one another, one big family. With the increase of the climate crisis, and as the waters grow warmer, melting the Arctic ice and permafrost, there is a greater likelihood for viruses that have been frozen and thought to be extinct for decades, perhaps even centuries, to begin to spread and create another global pandemic. The changing climate conditions, increased population density in urban areas, and mass international travel are enabling existing viruses to spread and mutate at a faster and faster rate than they did before. This is a serious challenge. Let us not forget the toll that the past epidemics of viruses like Ebola, COVID, and Mpox have taken on the families and communities and medical infrastructure in several of our neighboring countries and in the sub-region. Let us also not forget how swiftly and completely the COVID pandemic brought the entire world to a screeching halt. My government will be working diligently to strengthen our public health systems while monitoring the global health situation so that when, and not if, But when the next pandemic or epidemic occurs, the loss of lives in Ghana will be minimal. The larger world exists around us and to some extent within us. While we cannot and should never use it as an excuse to stray from the direct and immediate needs of Ghana for the well-being of our citizens, we must also bear in mind that the affairs of the world, if we care to shape, lessen, avoid, or even at the other end of things, maximize the effect they have on us. My brothers and sisters, barely a month ago, we held historic elections that have caused dramatic shifts in our political landscape. I feel greatly honored that you, my compatriots, considered me worthy of receiving such an unprecedented and overwhelming mandate to steer the affairs of our beloved nation at this critical time in our history. The magnitude of this victory in the presidential elections and the gains that were made by my party, the National Democratic Congress, in the parliamentary elections naturally and justifiably resulted in great joy and celebration across our country, Ghana. But celebrations, no matter how justified and how well earned, must be supplanted by discernment, sobriety, and deeper insights into why we received this kind of mandate in the first place. By voting as you did on December 7th, the Ghanaian people conveyed a powerful message, yet often overlooked by us politicians. This message was powerfully emphasized by a giant of American political history, President Ronald Reagan, when he declared at his inauguration some 40 years ago that governments have no power except that granted by the people. While Ghanaians take great pride in our thriving democracy, they are deeply dissatisfied with the quality of governance over the years and have openly voiced that dissatisfaction through the decisive actions that they undertake at the elections. Our people also understand that democracy is not just a token adorned with periodic elections followed by pomp and pageantry with the establishment of a new government. They expect that if democracy is celebrated as a superior means of governance, then its outcomes must be more tangible and benefit them in their individual lives. Any honest introspection and reflection on the pulse of our nation would reveal that many within our population do not feel that they have benefited from or partaking in this democratic dividend. Where people buffeted by severe economic crisis and hardships, and in the last few years we have lurched from crisis to crisis. But there is hope on the horizon. Today should mark the beginning of a new opportunity, an opportunity for us to make a difference in our governance and our economic management. We shall reset our dear nation, Ghana. To the millions of my fellow countrymen and women who joined long queues and waited in the sun for their turn to vote for me, you have my sincerest thanks for honoring me. My firm, immutable assurance is that your vote will matter in the work that I'll do to make a difference in the destiny of this dear nation of ours. Your courage to bring change will not go in vain. Our nation was born with much promise. That promise would seem hazy and in doubt now because of all that has happened in the past. But I urge you, my fellow countrymen, not to be sucked into a state of perpetual pessimism. For some time, our country has urgently needed leadership with an unwavering desire to get things done. I with all humility assent that I intend to be that leader with your cooperation and your help. As your next leader, I shall strive to exercise sound judgment and be able to make the right calls at the right time. I will have the humility and presence of mind to take responsibility for any challenges and be willing to act firmly and timelessly to resolve the challenges that we face as a nation. Since the elections, I have read and heard the word hope used many times in relation to my presidency and what it should offer the citizens of Ghana. I intend to speak plainly and clearly to you today, and every time I address you subsequently, I intend to always tell you the truth. The circumstances we find ourselves in are indeed dire, but even so, I'll be decisive and swift in my actions. We'll focus our initial efforts on 4 critical areas. The first is economic restoration and stabilization of the macroeconomic environment. The second is the improvement of the business and investment environment to ensure that Ghana is once again open for business. The third is governance and constitutional reforms. And the final, but not the least, is accountability and the fight against corruption. My brothers and sisters, actions have always spoken louder than words. With that in mind, I have entered into a covenant with you, the good people of Ghana, in which I have enumerated 26 actions that I'll take within my first 120 days. There is reason for hope, and there is every reason for hope. But we must also have faith, because faith empowers us to trust the things that will happen. With faith, you believe what you know, and that is why we need faith to be able to achieve our reset. We need a reset with the faith we have in our country and our leadership. We need a reset with the faith we have in our institutions. We need a reset with our faith in our dear nation, Ghana. And by that, I mean in all of us, because all of us are Ghana. You are Ghana, and I am Ghana. All of you seated here today, Ghanaian citizens, you are Ghana. The people who you are with or near you as you watch this on television, in your homes, or listen on radio, or follow on social media are what we call Ghana. I ask that we enter into the covenant with the Ghana we all love and the good people of our country who make up this dear nation. And I ask that you envision a Ghana that you want to live in, a Ghana that you want to leave behind to your children and your grandchildren. What can you do to help build that better Ghana that we all strive for? What behaviors, what attitudes and mindsets can we reset? We need a reset, and we have faith in Ghana's ability to overcome, excel, and be so successful with this reset that it will be difficult to imagine a time when that was not the case. As we stand at this momentous crossroads in our nation's history, I am honored and humbled to accept the mantle of the President of the Republic of Ghana. Today we celebrate a new administration and herald an unprecedented era of opportunity and transformation. With Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman by my side, we are poised to embark on a journey of progress and inclusivity, united in our vision for a more prosperous Ghana. This day is particularly special for us and for every Ghanaian who dreams of a society where barriers are shattered and ambitions are realized. With the inauguration of Ghana's first female vice president, we have turned a significant page in our history. Nana Jane's ascension to the high office is not merely a personal triumph. It symbolizes our collective commitment to fostering a nation where gender equality and female representation are cherished and amplified. This is a powerful testament to the power of diverse voices to shape the future, voices that have the courage to soar beyond our traditional confines. My brothers and sisters, together as we look to the horizon, we reaffirm our dedication to breaking the glass ceiling that has long hindered many from reaching their full potential. Governance that reflects all segments of our population strengthens our democracy and enriches our conversation. We stand committed to enacting policies that empower women and ensure that the door of opportunity is opened wide for our youth and our women, regardless of their background. Together, we will galvanize our efforts to create a society where every Ghanaian can dream, believe, and achieve without any restraints. Remember that great leadership is not defined merely by the offices we occupy, but by the legacy that we leave for future generations. My administration, along with my Vice President, Nana Opokwajiman, will prioritize inclusivity, accountability, and innovation, forging pathways that will lead to the upliftment of all of our citizens. I'm profoundly grateful for this moment, a cornerstone in our journey towards a brighter future for Ghana. In this resounding victory, I see a clarion call, particularly from the youth of Ghana, a generation that is brimming with potential and dreams that are waiting to be realized. This moment is a powerful affirmation that your voices matter, that your aspirations are valid, and that your future must be our priority. We're committed to translating your hopes into action and creating opportunities for education, entrepreneurship, employment, and empowerment. Our policies will be tailored to sustain innovation and foster industry that engages today's young minds and equip them with the skills needed for tomorrow's challenges. Together with the private sector and captains of business, we will create decent and well-paying jobs. As we embark on this new chapter, I assure you that our decisions will champion diversity in all facets of governance, ensuring that every Ghanaian, regardless of your ethnicity, your gender, your age, your religion, or any background, will have the opportunity to contribute to our nation's story. Ghana's youth represent the heartbeat of our democracy. Their ambition will drive our policies as we strive to create an inclusive, equitable society where everyone has a seat at the table. Our vision hinges on the introduction and implementation of a 24-hour economy. We envisage an innovative and vibrant 24-hour Ghanaian economy, which will also be anchored in agriculture and agribusiness. This innovative approach would unlock potentials that have long remained dormant, enabling us to harness the energy and creativity of all our people. Just imagine a Ghana where our markets are alive and bustling at all hours of the day, with responsive public services accessible at all times, such that businesses can operate flexibly to meet the diverse demands that they are subjected to. And young people, including entrepreneurs, can find opportunities regardless of traditional institutions. The 24-hour economy model will also bolster job creation for the young people, stimulate local industry, and attract foreign investments, and allow us to build resilient communities and a sustainable future. This vision extends beyond mere economic solutions. It symbolizes empowerment, the empowerment of every Ghanaian to contribute to our national progress. My fellow citizens, this vision will allow us to embrace diversity, to cater to varied lifestyles and preferences, and foster a culture of inclusion, ensure that every citizen can enjoy the fruits of his hard work. To the business leaders and entrepreneurs, I invite you to support this new model and join me in shaping a business environment where creativity thrives and where the fruits of your investments contribute to the collective welfare of our nation. Your role in driving our economy forward cannot be overstated. Innovation and dedication will be a backbone of our success story. And I pledge to you that we would look at the tax regime and rationalize them so that they are more transparent and fair. Members of the business community, I assure you, Ghana is open for business again. Let me thank you, Your Excellencies, my fellow presidents, for leaving what is a busy schedule behind and coming to join us at this ceremony. Your presence brings honor to this inaugural ceremony. And I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you and to our sister countries who have traveled from near and far to be with us today. Your presence is a testament to the strong bonds of friendship and cooperation that exist between our nations. And I promise you I will work to foster the partnerships that transcends our borders, and I'll work collectively with you towards regional stability, economic growth, and mutual respect between our nations. To my friends from across Africa and the world, I thank you and welcome you to Ghana. And in our local parlance, I say Akwaba to all of you. To my family and fellow citizens, my wife Lodina, I thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to our shared vision. This journey is not mine alone. It belongs to all of us. It belongs to each of you. Let today be the dawn of a new era of hope, an era of job creation, an era of accountability, an era of institutional strengthening and resilience, and an era of unparalleled potential for all Ghanaians. We will write the next chapter in Ghana's story, and it will be one of promise, transparency, and transformative progress. My fellow citizens, this is a patriotic call to action for all of us to participate in building a nation that lives up to its promise, where hope thrives and dreams become a reality. Together, let us cultivate a brighter future for our beloved Ghana, where unity, progress, and equality are not just ideals we aspire to, but are the very fabric of our nation. In closing, I invite you to partner with us on this journey. Together, we can create a brighter future for our beloved Ghana, where unity, progress, and equality are not simply goals we are aiming for, but are the cornerstone of our society. Let's work hand in hand to foster these values and strengthen our nation for everyone. My fellow citizens, our invited guests, I thank you very much. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you.
Yeah.
Honorable members, on your behalf, I convey the gratitude of the House to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, for his address. Your Excellency, the House is extremely grateful to you. Honorable members, may now we have the presence of our special guest of honor in the distinguished personality of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Republic of the Federal, I should say the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is my honor to now invite him to deliver his address. Your Excellency, you are welcome to do so now.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Ghana, Head of State and Government here present, Right Honorable Speaker and Members of Parliament of Ghana, members of the diplomatic corps, eminent personalities here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is always good when a friend and brother can visit the home of a close neighbor to celebrate his success and progress with him. Today, we celebrate African democracy as Ghana and our beloved people mark the transition from one democratic government to another. This moment does not merely symbolize another milestone in the evolution of Ghanaians' democratic society. It further demonstrates that in West Africa, we are capable of democratic and productive endeavors. It is time that our continent stop forgetting the strides that Ghana, Nigeria, and others have made. We need not prove ourselves to them. We have nothing to prove to anyone except ourselves. We will lift our nations out of poverty and build strong and resilient economies for our people. Today, I am here not only as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but also as an African in resolute support of Ghana and our people. This moment is a source of pride and honor for Ghanaians, the entire continent, and its diaspora. The sun is out and the sky may be blue, but I see today a black star rising high in African sky. This black star shines over this nation, and its rays spread
Discover Sierra Leone, a hidden gem of West Africa, where the radiance of life danced in harmony with the beauty of nature.
Feel the heartbeat of our culture in every beat of the drum, in every step of the dance.
Experience the tranquility of our shores, where each sunrise brings new stories and endless